abortion be justified in any way? Many feel it is the right of a woman to do what she pleases when it comes to the issue of reproduction. They think it should be no one's business but her own on what she does with her body. However, just as many oppose this notion. I do not believe that abortion is okay. From any perspective with which you look at abortion, it can be considered wicked, immoral, and unethical. Abortion is undeniably evil from a religious viewpoint. This can be concluded simply by reading the Ten Commandments, written by God himself through Moses. The sixth commandment plainly states, "You shall not kill." Some may argue that abortion is not murder, though, because it is the killing of a fetus and not a human being. This can be refuted by several biblical verses. For example, Psalm 22:10-11 reads, "You have been my guide since I was first formed. From my mother's womb, you are my God." A fetus is not an inanimate object. God is with a child from the moment of conception. Galatians 3:28 proclaims, "There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither slave nor free person, there is not male and female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus." Wouldn't neither fetus nor infant be included in this? In Deuteronomy 12:23, it is said that the blood is the life, which would mean that a 4-week-old fetus is alive. If this is so, the only distinct moment we can conclude that life begins at is conception. No matter how big or small, it would be against God's will to deny any human being the right to life. Morally, abortion can also be considered abhorrent. A fetus is viable between 21 and 27 weeks of pregnancy, which means with no complications, it could survive outside the womb. Yet abortions are usually legal until 24 weeks or until the 3rd trimester. In rare situations, late abortions can even be performed in the 3rd trimester. It is illegal to kill a child that has already been born, but it is legal to kill a child in utero who could potentially survive outside of the womb. This is a contradiction. In addition, medical technology is advancing every day, which consequently means the period of viability will begin earlier and earlier. Most abortions should not be considered acceptable. 12% of abortions account for women for whom a pregnancy would endanger their health or lives. A classic argument to keep abortion legal is that victims of rape or incest would not be obligated to carry the children of their attackers. Yet, according to the 1987 survey by the Guttmacher Institute, the reason for abortion because of rape or incest only accounts to 1% of all abortions. This would indicate that the majority of abortions are done for convenience. Innocent lives are thrown away for no valid reason. These mothers need to take responsibility for their actions. If they vehemently did not want a child, they could have easily prevented pregnancy. And if they did not, they could just as easily have put the child up for adoption instead of murdering it. Even if the woman is not religious, she could still think abortion is immoral. The Golden Rule instructs us to do unto others as we would have done unto ourselves. It is doubtful that any of us would have wanted our mothers to have an abortion. Abortion can even be viewed as unjust politically. The United States Constitution entitles us all to the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Killing a person is taking away one of his most essential rights, the right to life. Many women will say, "It is my body, so I'm entitled to an abortion," which is completely idiotic. A fetus is not an organ or a part of the female anatomy. It is a growing, separate human being who is entitled to its own rights. There are 3 basic classes of life: plant, animal, and human. Logically, a fetus must be classified as human. Why then are new mothers said to have postpartum psychosis and locked up in an asylum and stigmatized when they kill their infants, but women who have abortions are accepted by society? It is more hypocrisy on behalf of pro-choicers. The Unborn Victims of Violence Act, passed in April 2004, actually does protect children in the womb and mandates for 2 charges to be filed against a person who kills a pregnant mother, one for the mother and one for the child in utero, which is defined as a member of the species Homo sapiens at any stage of the development who is carried in the womb. However, this act specifically bans charges against the mother and/or doctor pertaining to abortion procedures. It is illogical for the child in utero to be protected from a random murderer, but not a murderer who is its own mother. In my opinion, abortion is heinously wrong, unless the mother's life is threatened. I would consider it justifiable in that situation only. Any other predicament, including rape or incest, is not a good enough reason to kill a child, especially since there are other options. Why would any woman seek abortion when an adoption is so much less cruel? There are so many families who can't have children who would be overjoyed to adopt a child. In conclusion, abortion is despicable in every perspective. It's even hurting the economy. The baby boomers of the post-World War II era are now looking to collect government benefits like retirement, Social Security, Medicare, and other compensation. But the problem is, due to abortion and other contraception, we have millions less taxpayers to fund these programs. Once each baby boomer gets his share, there will be nothing left for our generation to depend on. If nothing is done to stop this evil practice of abortion, it will lead to the general decline, morally and otherwise, of society as we know it. It is our responsibility to turn this around.